Good luck with this. I feel sorry for you having to handle all these terrible enfants terribles, you know.
Rajiv Khandelwal is going to leave the screen. He's going to walk away. अच्छा ही था मेरे कोई scenes नहीं थे इन लोग के साथ में क्योंकि ये क्या मचा रहे हैं यहाँ पर.
please.
Bijoy has come prepared with stuff.
Oh
What
my
is
God.
this?
Where is
Yay!
This is why we're doing this in.
Hello, recording in progress. Hello. They're pulling a fast one, so nobody knows that they are going to be recorded. So hopefully we'll get some nice candid moments.
Yes,
Awesome.
trying to capture everybody's reaction because I really want to kind of hone in on this meeting after very long.
I don't know if I remember everybody's names in the film.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, so my name in the film is Karan Chaudhary and Kunal Chaudhary. So
What? What is that?
I am also not sure.
Wikipedia says Karan Chaudhary.
Karan Chaudhary, I think, is what I remember.
Hey!
Hello! Zibi, zibi, zibi.
Ah. Sucharita, how are you?
Great, killing it.
Hey, Shaitan, like you were not there, Sucharita, during Shaitan. You didn't do anything with us?
No, dude, I was, this was 2011. I was still, I was in film school.
Whoa!
Ramaswamy.
Ramaswamy.
Mr.
Oh,
Khandelwal.
hi, Rajiv. Hello.
What's up?
After so long.
Rajiv.
Yeah, Shiv. Hi, Neil.
Hi,
Hey,
Rajiv.
I'm not Shiv. Shiv
Hey, Gulshan, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
सब लोग किसे बदल गए भैया नील के लोग बदल गए सब.
We are also looking forward to sort of hearing from you, and I don't know anything from your point of view about Shaitan.
I
Yeah,
know.
please.
I'm sure we'll all have a very different point of view because, of course, I did not interact much with your gang.
Yeah.
So the stories that I would have will be probably completely different and may just be very interesting to actually hear your stories and my stories.
Anybody here?
Pandey. Kalki.
Hey, Kalki.
Now
Hi.
I hear you guys. Hello.
We have to be better than the Friends reunion.
Yeah,
Imagine like 20 years of Shaitan, what we'll be like.
Yeah,
We'll all
true.
have children by then, except for, I don't know, maybe.
I don't think I'm having children.
No, Gulu, you will
I
have.
The ones who say,
I'm bringing my
Or
son
you will have.
Shiv, are you sitting in the loo?
Yeah. Wait, shut up.
Hi, Bijoy. Hi, Kirti.
Hi everyone.
Abhijit in the house.
Hello.
All of us are meeting like this after Shaitan. We're not, I think all of us have never met like this since Shaitan.
Yeah.
Please start the
नहीं,
meeting
वो
now.
ठीक नहीं है।
Whatever was recorded before this, kindly delete it. Without haste.
Yes.
Those are bloopers.
Yeah.
There are enough.
Gulshan Devaya, Neil Bhupalam, Rajiv Khandelwal, Shiv Pandit, Megha Ramaswamy, Bijoy Nambiar, Kirti Kulhari, Abhijit Deshpande, and Kalki Kekla. Hello!
Whoa, hello.
Hi, Sucharita.
Dear
Good luck. Good luck with this. I feel sorry for you having to handle all these terrible enfants terribles, you know.
The biggest enfant terrible is about to join. Anurag Kashyap is about to join. He's not here
Tell
yet.
me about it.
The poster boy of Enfant Terrible.
You would know. Thanks to Gulshan, who has orchestrated this whole thing. Yes.
Why don't I remember this?
Because you're too humble. You're too
Yeah, I
humble.
mean, like,
Gulshan DM'd me on Twitter, Instagram. He messaged me. He WhatsApped me. He tried to call me when I didn't pick up his call. So Gulshan is like the Enthu Cutlet of the millennium.
Yeah, Gulshan
He's the
is
new
a
app
scam.
called Humble.
So,
yeah, no, and Kalki wasn't answering. my
Meet
call,
up
so
with
I had
people who are
I
kind
had
to each
get
other.
on the phone with
you know, Rajiv Khandelwal is going to leave the screen. He's going to walk away and he's going to be like, ये मेरे अच्छा ही था मेरे कोई scenes नहीं थे इन लोग के साथ में क्योंकि ये क्या मचा रहे हैं यहाँ
आप
पर.
मत जाओ, please.
I was telling Bijoy also and Abhijit and Megha as well, the writers, that the film has held up so well despite 10 years. And this was my only second viewing of the film. I haven't watched it since initial viewing. And the stylization and the screenplay and everything. So Megha, my first question is to you and Bijoy. Okay, despite being a linear film, the screenplay is still quite complicated. There's a lot of layers of conflict that are stacked throughout Shaitan, one on top of the other. Like Rajiv's track doesn't even overlap with anyone else right up until the climax sequence when he shares screen space with Kalki and dead Casey and a dead Dash. Did the rest of the cast know what was going on in both your schedules, one with Rajiv and one with everyone else, or did everybody know what was going on with the others? So
We didn't know what was going on with our own stuff.
Yeah. Shoot-wise, they didn't know what was happening here and there. But I think story-wise, everybody was kind of more or less.
And-
Shoot-wise, it was a mess.
No, because I had read the script, so of course I knew what was happening on the other side. But to be very honest, I had no clue as to how he's shooting the other track. That happened only when I saw the film. I said, "Oh my goodness!" मतलब इतना जो style वाला जितना shoot किया था, जितने style में shoot किया था उसने, all of that I came to know when I saw the film. Otherwise, I had absolutely no idea. Sirf there were characters in your mind. You knew, okay, fine, this is probably what was happening. And I think what the good part was, because I was chasing the film from my perspective, so things were unfolding for me, as I was going ahead.
Pintache handi puttali re. I love that sequence so much.
So
So
that
much.
By the way,
the one
in
scene that
part-
Rajiv had with Kalki, I mean, apart from the church, in the end when they both stare at each other, that was such a long day of shoot that Rajiv was tired, Kalki was tired, everybody was so tired. Rajiv said, "I'm going to just do this take and I'm going to walk. After I see her and walk away, I'm going to walk straight to my car and leave." And that's exactly what Rajiv did. He went, looked at Kalki, we kept shooting. He walked away and he walked into his car and left.
Hey, because I knew that was the okay shot. Okay, I know.
So we
Hi,
have
Chico.
two new guests. Sheetal Menon's joined us. Hi, Sheetal.
Hello.
And we have a new guest in Neil's frame as well.
Hi.
Hello.
There's a little
My
shaitan
God,
out
it's
there.
grown, man.
How are you?
So listen, so
Absolutely.
Bijoy and Megha, you guys wrote a very captivating story and then you made it fuller by, like I was saying, stacking conflict upon conflict in the screenplay, right? The missing German girl, Casey's unresolved anger management issues, Amy's undiagnosed mental health issues. Like the original hit and run is forgotten. And then, Mathur's background story, all of that is just stacking. Were you guys worried while writing this film that you might be challenging the audience a little bit too much? Was that a concern?
No, actually, Bijoy has always come with a certain sense of fearlessness, and he would only encourage my mania. And you won't believe it. This is the toned down version of Shaitan. Between him and me, when it came to eating disorders, especially the women characters, I think Bijoy really was so particular, and also the style that he brought along. It's very rare and special for any writer to kind of have that kind of collaboration at that time. I was very spoiled as a writer in terms of collaboration with Bijoy, I must say.
I remember Megha used to fight for this one scene where Kirti gets hurt, right? When Casey just bangs her against the wall. So in Megha's version of the script, Kirti's character Tanya keeps getting punched. Keeps non-stop getting punched by everyone, and Megha kept saying we should do it like that. I said it can't be, and she said no, Casey will punch her, Kalki's character will punch her, they'll keep punching her. I was like, that can't happen, Megha, and she was like, no, it should happen. And I remember how much she fought for that scene, and I had to fight her back saying no, that is like crossing a line.
Poor Tanya,
Thanks so much for saving me, Bijoy.
Yeah, because she keeps getting metaphorically punched by everyone. Everybody's
I
punching
know.
down at her throughout the film.
I was like, and I think at that point of time, we both were into watching Catherine Hardwicke films, Lords of Dogtown and 13, and I think we were very influenced by.
Kids was another reference. I remember Kids. We were watching.
I shot the first look for Shaitan, remember, in Anurag's terrace, and we still have those photographs.
Yeah.
I remember telling Bijoy at that point of time, fuck, it came together, man. Like, it's come together. So
Speaking of,
Sucharita,
Anurag
can
Kashyap
you-
has joined us.
Oh yay! Sucharita, can you enable
Hey,
shooting, please?
K.
Yes.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi, Anurag.
Hey, Anurag.
Bijoy has come prepared with stuff.
Oh
What
my
is
God,
this?
Bijoy, PPT.
Joy, man.
Ah,
Where is
Yay!
these are the pictures clicked by Megha.
This
all
is too
Megha
emotional.
did this looked as.
I'm gonna start crying, guys. Laugh, yeah.
Isn't that nice? Look at that. This is all clicked by Megha.
Lovely.
Great.
Wow.
Oh.
Who are these young people?
Yeah, this was the first. I think we clicked this in Anurag's terrace. Where,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The old house terrace, yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Wasn't Dosa also there?
Yeah. Who are these children?
Yeah.
It's all your children only, Anurag.
This is an improv. Isn't that a telescope? What is it?
It's a bong now, clearly.
Yeah, I mean,
It's wrong now.
and that
It's a
t-shirt I
telescope.
bought in Goa.
Ta-da!
I do, yes.
Nice.
Oh,
Rajiv.
You have to be teacher, class teacher, and then you have to like silences are all up and ask your questions.
Yeah, I'm trying very hard. My next question was for Kalki, but she's vanished. There she is. Kalki, can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
Okay, wonderful. So listen, so this was your first big release, Shaitan, after Dev D, right? Girl in Yellow Boots, India mein tab tak release hui nahi thi, even though you guys had done that film already. It was around the corner, couple of months after Shaitan it came out. And you got great reviews for Girl in Yellow Boots. You got a review from Roger Ebert and everything. Back in India, we weren't talking about mental health and the need for therapy and psychiatrists back then as much as we're doing now. Amy was going to be a massively disliked character. Were you concerned? Were you worried that your brand new Bollywood career might suffer a little bit by playing Amy, or did that thought not cross your mind and you completely trusted Bijoy and Anurag?
I think we were very blessed to have very little self-censorship in those days. I was still new to the business. And generally, I think social media wasn't so strong, like you weren't so concerned about people pulling you down. Like today you are, you put something up and everybody's like ready to like eat you alive. So that wasn't the case then. There was a certain kind of like, let's just do it kind of thing about it. And I definitely didn't think about that. I was like, wow, this is such a great character. This is so, rare to kind of get somebody who's got two sides to them. I believe that when you're an actor, you have to relate to the character, even if you're playing like a serial killer. So how do you find someone like Amy human? And if she was supposed to have this kind of split personality, where she had all the intentions to be, a better person, but she also had this side which was dark and that she had no control over.
Are those the new Patanjali jeans you're wearing, the torn ones?
No, please.
Shiv, did you know this, that Dash was Abhijit Deshpande's favorite character to write for? Were you aware of this? Has Abhijit ever confided this in you?
No, he's not told me that. Actually, I just got to know about it right now. But he's been amazing to me over the years. So now it all makes sense that he's had a crush on me since Shaitan.
Abhijit, why is that? Were you being extra kind towards Shiv because it was his big debut and like a difficult character to play? Why was Dash your favorite?
It was my favorite for a couple of reasons. One is because I recommended Shiv to the film.
You did?
What's the deal between you guys, man?
इससे पहले we had worked on a blockbuster film called Aage Se Right.
Yeah.
That's how Dash got in. But why Dash was my favorite? I mean, in fact, even Dash and Casey both, because what I liked about them was both think that they are gods or dono chute hai, dono kuch hai. They feel that they are a lot in control and they are not. So to get that complexity and get that paradox out was interesting. And I remember the first meeting that Bijoy had with me. Megha introduced us. So at that time, the film was going to be made in Hollywood, right, Bijoy?
Yeah, man, what happened?
That's a story that Bijoy will tell you. Yeah, I mean, my whole point was to how would these interesting and layered characters talk, because it was very important to make their lingo, to make their language, and to give a very specific language to the film, the conversational language. And to get those words out, मैंने बिजॉय को सबसे पहले बोला कि देख डायलॉग भी लिख सकते हैं, डायलॉग बाजी भी कर सकते हैं, मेरे को डायलॉग बाजी करनी है. You could easily make these characters very intense, very brooding and those sort of things, or they can have fun. And we decided to have fun. And the kind of actors that we had, including Rajiv, they just took it to another level with the lines, you know. केकड़े में खून नहीं होता, पुलिस वाले में ईमान नहीं होता. ये राजीव की लाइन है, या you know Shiv's line of.
I so knew you were gonna say that dialogue. मुझे पता था तो वही dialogue pick करके बोलेगा.
भैया रिश्ता है या गाली?
He kept cutting out. He kept.
भैया रिश्ता है या गाली? या केसी की लाइन की भरोसा गोटी की तरह होता है.
Today, Zubin's lines were all improvised by Zubin only. Like Neil's lines were all Neil.
Yeah.
But I still have a complaint. But I still have a complaint, Bijoy. You didn't take that one line that I wrote for Zubin. मम्मी के मम्मी अच्छे हैं.
This one says, Casey says that very line in a modified way when Amy and one of the boys, I think Amy and Dash are having a staring contest.
Yeah.
And Amy's starting to take her shirt off, and then Casey comes in and says, "Put your mammas away." So someone's mamma's coming or something along those lines.
That's Zubin. That's Neil.
Neil comes in and says that.
That's Neil.
Okay, to be repulsive, we've all changed right now. I just want to put a disclaimer to this. All of us are like,
not 20-year-old anymore.
I was actually going to say that Bijoy was the one who was going to be this guy who's going to be who has this really crazy kind of creative outlook. Now the thing is, it seems like Bijoy was the one who was putting the brakes on Megha and Abhijit because they were trying to go like full throttle.
Well,
talking about lines, let me just tell you, Abhijit, मेरे और शीतल के बीच में तुझे कोई लाइन क्यों नहीं सूझी थी एक भी? There was not a single dialogue between me and Sheetal.
Going by the classic definition of dialogue, what is not spoken is also dialogue. So.
I know.
Less is more. Less is more. Yeah, Shiv, coming back to you with your big screen debut and everything, and in the first sequence, you're playing this waiter who then goes to the streets and just start whacking himself with the belt because he's just so high on cocaine in that moment. Was that scary for you? Similar question to what I asked Kalki, because this was your first big film, like first ever.
I was sort of nervous also because that was those days of shoot were we had all of us, Kalki, Gulshan, Neil, Kirti, we sort of all just gotten to know each other, and Bijoy also and me, we were sort of finding our ground. But I think I really enjoyed at that point was that I saw Bijoy handling such a crazy unit, and we were shooting in such a crazy time. So I think there was such a high adrenaline on the set anyway. So I was very amped in that sense, and I think from our DOP Madhi to our still photographer Joe, to our cast, our wonderful cast, and Megha and Abhijit. So everyone was always amped. So if you weren't amped on this set, if you weren't like gung ho, then you're going to get left behind. So and that scene was such, and I just remember Bijoy telling me, "Listen, we got one shot. We don't have permissions, so just go for it." and those were still early days. I didn't know how to cheat a shot. I didn't know how to cheat a slap, or I didn't know how to cheat hitting myself. So I said, let's go for it. And I just went for it. And there's a video of Bijoy icing me after that, after that shot got done.
Fully bruised.
Then it makes sense that Shiv is the one who broke a bone also in this
Literally.
film.
yeah.
Shiv fell off the second floor, right?
Yeah.
Damn,
this is the slow motion sequence.
Yeah.
Rajiv chasing you guys.
हल्की ने बदनाम मुझे किया था कि गुल्लू को मतलब बचा के रखो, ये येड़ा खोपड़ी है, ये कुछ करेगा.
And Shiv fell.
I have such memories. I remember Bijoy. I was like fading in and out, and I see Bijoy wheeling me on that stretcher in the hospital. Jaldi hato. And I remember them all. So my dad was on one side and Bijoy was on one side, and they were all in the hospital with me. And the first thing I remember asking Bijoy, listen, when can we shoot?
Anurag, as a producer, did that scare the crap out of you that your actors are getting physically injured on the sets? आप म्यूट पर हो अनुराग. आप म्यूट पे हो अनुराग.
आप हो अनुराग.
आप म्यूट पे हो.
I'm a producer. I have always produced films because I like a director. So I never read the script of Shaitan. I never went on the set of Shaitan. I had seen Bijoy's short film when I was working with Mani Ratnam. Seen his short film when I was working with Mani Ratnam, and I was like, this guy is a very good director, and I did not know it was his first film as an AD with Mani Ratnam. And then one day I remember Kalki was reading the script of Shaitan and Bijoy's film, and I just was like, he's such a good director. And then somehow the film fell in my lap, and I was like, yeah, I will do anything he wants to. So
not once. He didn't even come to set once. He just kind of set it up.
I've never been on the set of any film I've produced once in my life. I've only been a second unit director for one day on Amir. That's it.
And
really? I didn't know that. Really?
Yeah, he was.
So is this the first time you're finding out that Shiv का पैर टूट गया था shooting के
नहीं
दौरान?
he called me.
Well,
Anurag, I still remember Anurag called me. He said, हाँ भाई क्या बहुत मस्ती
Report आते थे. Somebody had told me something, so I remember.
No, but that was damn freaky because the moment Shiv fell, he fell from the second floor. An hour before is when even on Gangs of Wasseypur, one AD was, same days it happened.
My AD passed away the
So
same day.
Guneet, the producer on Shut, she got so scared and freaked out. She said, "Just shut the shoot down. We're not shooting for the next 2-3 days." So everybody's freaked out. It was just too scary. Same day, within an hour.
Yeah. And Shaitan was shooting simultaneously with Wasseypur. So actually,
अगर आप चाहते भी तो भी सेट पे नहीं आ सकते थे.
मैं वैसे भी नहीं आता.
हाँ, करेक्ट. नील बूपलम इतने बोर हो गए, उन्होंने गूगली आईज लगानी शुरू कर दी अपने फोरहेड पर. आई एम सो सॉरी, आई एम कमिंग टू एवरीवन. ओके, देयर इज जस्ट द कास्ट इज जस्ट वेरी बिग. Sorry about that. But Rajiv, my next question is to you. Okay, you've said this in interviews before that it took you Bijoy took 3 times he came to you with the film when you finally then agreed to do the part of Mathur. What was it that you didn't want to do, and then what changed that convinced you कि ये part करूँगा मैं? क्योंकि बहुत अच्छा part है और आप बहुत hot लग रहे हो.
I know, but see, first time when Bijoy met me, I don't remember he had a producer also, and the part wasn't a very elaborate part. थोड़ा सा कम था उसके अंदर. So I told Bijoy, मैंने कहा नहीं Bijoy यार ये नहीं करना मेरे को. I think I remember after another 6 months he came back again to me and he was very very sure that I want you to play this part. Very very sure. And there's something about Bijoy we all know about that. He's very stubborn as a person. मतलब वो बोलता है तो वो stubborn है बहुत ज़्यादा. I think after a year when Anurag came on board, he came and he told me that Anurag is producing the film and I want you to hear it now. Somehow it was about his conviction that I should play the part is why I said yes. I said, okay, done. I'm going to play this part. And while doing shooting also, I remember, it was completely his conviction. All the shots the scenes which are like iconic, चाहे वो auto rickshaw वाला हो, चाहे वो मेरी entry हो, it was so well written and choreographed by him that मैं तो कुछ करता ही नहीं था. एक तो उसे कैमरे से जो खेलता था, आधा काम तो कैमरा करता था आपका. आप खड़े हो वहाँ पे और आपने लास्ट में आके एक एक्सप्रेशन दे दिया आपने, and then you look very good. So this was completely, I think, Bijoy doing everything. So yeah, it was a lot of convincing, and then when Anurag and Bijoy, both of them came together, then I think it was, I said, ठीक है. And I remember, जब फिल्म खत्म हो गई उसके बाद जब फिल्म बनी तो जब ट्रायल्स हो रहे थे, and I wasn't watching the trial. Because I was a little nervous. I said, no, I don't want to watch a trial. And I remember Anurag meeting me and saying, तू देखेगा नहीं तो चले तू फ्रंट फुट पे जाके बैटिंग कैसे करेगा प्रेस कॉन के अंदर. Go and watch it. छक्का है ये जाके. And that's when I watched the film, and that's how. And it was he was very right that if you watch it and if you know that I have a winner here, then you are going to probably your conviction in promoting the film will be way higher.
When I got the cast together, I remember Anurag just picking up the phone on everyone, and he was so sweet. He actually called up all the actors and gave them that kind of confidence that you have to kind of go ahead. You read the story, you believe the script, just go and do your best. I mean, Anurag picked up the phone on each and everyone. In fact, I remember Anurag calling up Pawan Malhotra, who was also very unsure whether he wants to do it or not, and convincing him to do the part.
मैं कीर्ति पे आती हूँ अब next. I'm sorry, Rajiv, I was listening to you, but your biceps are very distracting. My question to you is, you play an actor who's struggling, who's probably giving like audition upon audition, and is barely managing to like score a project that she actually really wants to do, because clearly Tanya doesn't want to do the work that her sister's making her do. Was any part of that autobiographical for you at that point in time?
Not at all, actually. I was doing pretty well in terms of, I had started my career very well with a lot of ads and stuff, and I was doing a lot of theatre to learn acting, which is, I mean, in the film, I think if I understand it correctly now after all these years, and then she was more of a model. Like she was being made to do these catalog shoots and this and that just to kind of make the ends meet for the family. So no, it wasn't autobiographical at all, and in fact, it was the opposite. It was actually. I mean, here I was, an actual actor and whatever, model or whatever, doing the work that I really enjoy doing. And on the other hand, playing this person who is disgusted by what she's made to do in the film. So it was rather on the opposite side, actually.
Kirti was already doing 2 films when I had offered Shaitan. She was already doing 2 films, and one of them was almost over and it was about to come out also. So
Kirti is always busy.
Which is a great problem to have. Great problem to have. Neil, coming to Zubin, he's a straight up like reprehensible character, right? In your head, did you realize how unlikable Zubin? I mean, because I watched the film yesterday and I was like, "Kya idiot hai ye?" And Abhijit also just said right now that in their mind, like these guys are thinking they're very cool, but like they're idiots. What went into creating Zubin for you?
Yeah, but Bijoy had to sort of tell me which direction to go into. Because every time I read the script, and I don't know whether Bijoy remembers this, but he was like, I was stalling a bit and I was like, I don't know, I think, I feel this Zubin, I think anyone can play this part. And he was like, no. And then at the end of it, I said, every time I read, I don't quite comprehend it. But when I talk to you, Bijoy, that's when I just want to jump on board. Then I remember this specifically, he said, just trust me on it. I mean, from that interaction, I remember how any director would be, because you put your heart, sweat, everything into it. I mean, the director's ass is on the line, right? So they're going to try their best to make it look good, and usse you benefit. My training as an actor is stage, and to be able to work with a director that says, okay, now what can you offer for this scene? And then you put all your, you offer about 4 or 5 things. Usme se 2 get selected, the other ones get shot down.
When I first meant to meet Neil, he was rehearsing for the play, Sea for Clowns, if I'm not mistaken. And I was just watching him improvise in the rehearsal. I was watching him do like 10 different things, which was not there in the scene. And that's what I picked on. I knew that Zubin has to be that guy. And like I said, almost 80% of the lines of Zubin is all Neil. Neil came up with all the lines. Buck the Tigers, Save the Parsis, that's Neil.
I don't know. But I was funnier then, now I'm just jaded.
Aren't we all, Neil?
Mm-hmm.
Aren't we all?
The censors cut out only your line, Neil, by the way. The censors cut out only your line.
Zakir Hussain.
Zakir Hussain, yeah.
That was very funny.
Probably for good reason. My favorite Zubin moment is when he's in the jeep across from Mathur and he's like, I need my lawyer. And Rajiv smacks him on the way. Sale, tu America mein baitha hai kya? You need your lawyer.
Yeah. Every time we travel, and we were all doing another play, so Gulshan, Kalki, and I was still stuck together, and people would say, "Wow, what a film!" When they'd come and talk to me, and "Wo jo thappad khaya na, ha ha ha." I'm like, oh, "Thanks, man."
And that was a real thappad, Neil. Remember the real?
No, listen. I just like to say, Rajiv, what class performance! You managed to just clip my glasses. Your hand didn't even make contact with my face. He clipped the glasses and it flew. I mean, that is some Charlie Chaplin timing. Seriously.
That's not the same I can say about Rajkumar Rao.
Bring him.
He slapped me like 6 times in 6 different takes, and my head was going 360 degrees each time.
And the best part is when Rajkumar gave Gulshan a tight jhampad, Gulshan looked at me as if main to isko lagane wala. I said, Gullu, relax, just take it.
Gullu, okay, now that you've brought up Casey, let's go. Casey is diabolical, right? This character is just out to destroy. I can actually hear you say in real life, joint account kholegi kya? Not saying that you go around offering people drugs, but I can hear you, the person, say that line. How much did you bring to Casey from your own personality? I'm not saying you're diabolical, but how much did you bring to Casey? Considering you're this guy who's kind of put this group together also right now. You've called up everyone and messaged everyone and made sure that this happens today.
That's very sweet, by the way, Gulshan. Thank you so much for that.
Oh, good. Thank you.
I'm very glad to meet all of you.
Gulshan just misses everyone. He misses you guys.
I was very clueless about Casey. It definitely is a part that stood out to me, and I knew about it because many times Kalki was doing rehearsals with me or readings with me, and I wasn't in the film. Actually, I thought I was supposed to play Rajiv's part. I even shot one day for Rajiv's part. And that footage is there in the film. Top angle views is not Rajiv, it's me. Basically.
Fuck, I didn't know this.
Which one?
Yeah.
What footage is that? Tell.
Yeah, वो दही हंडी वाला scene ऊपर से आप
Dahi handi scene, the first.
Yeah,
This is why we're doing this in.
That's Gulshan chasing Rajkumar.
Yeah, because वो वापस recreate नहीं होता वो, वापस recreate नहीं होता. So it's me chasing Rajkumar. Or so anyway, I thought I was playing that. So finally, like, you know, I somehow, like, I don't know, it fell on my lap, or like, I don't know what. I thanked the stars because this is the part that I really wanted. Casey, I really wanted, because it seemed like, हाँ, मुझे ये चाहिए, ये ना, ये सही रहेगा मेरे लिए. Thanks to Bijoy for casting me in this. Thanks to Megha, she like gave me a lot of support. And thanks to Abhijit.
You should thank Anurag only, because me and Gulshan were doing a play. I was acting in a play with Gulshan.
Yeah.
Which the play got shelved. Net Gain. That was the name of the play. The play got shelved and he was terrible in that play. I was like, ye kya actor? But then I saw him in That Girl in Yellow Boots, and I was fucking blown. I was like, oh my god, this guy is like a force of nature.
I learned. I studied after that. So I wanted to play Casey more as an anarchist, because somewhere in like Malcolm McDowell's part in the Clockwork Orange, you know, that one, and I was listening to this band called The Darkness. I wanted him to be that, but I think it was a wrong notion. I had visualized Casey very differently. Bijoy's vision was completely different, and it was my inexperience also at that time, because मेरी शुरुआत हो रही थी, तो मुझे पता नहीं था कि बिजॉय का vision exactly क्या है. So I was totally clueless. I remember discussing with Neil also once कि पता नहीं हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं. And Neil was like, whatever it is, I think कुछ तो अच्छा बनेगा. मुझे भी पता नहीं है.
Also, I think the fact that all of us were new, I mean, we were all like in the beginning of our.
Wait! What is this? What is this?
This is workshop.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Neil, you were chubby.
You were chubby.
What was I actually?
Kalki, who are you looking at like that?
I'm pissed off with somebody there. I think it was Neil. For his chubbiness.
I'm getting chemo looking at this, yeah?
Wow, this is amazing.
Sheetal does not look like she's aged even 30 seconds.
Who's shooting this?
Abhijit doesn't look like he's aged at all.
As well.
The production value on this call is outstanding.
I know. I wish all directors came prepared like this, yaar. Amazed.
Yeah, I need to do this for my daughter.
We knew all the talkie parts like backwards, because we did a lot of rehearsals.
Yeah,
and that
so
really
on that note, I'm coming to Sheetal, because the poor thing has no talkie parts. So what happened there between your character and your husband Mathur? Like, what has happened there? Because so my reading of it is why Mathur is overcompensating so much about protecting women, and he gets very angry when someone disrespects women, like exceptionally angry when someone disrespects women. I think he's overcompensating for perhaps having raised his hand at his wife at some point. That is the subtext I read into that relationship. And then he has to seek for forgiveness. And that's how he's seeking for forgiveness to his own self, that I now have to undo the damage I've done. Did you have a backstory when you were working with Rajiv for those scenes that you had together?
I'm sorry, I'm going to just say this, but I wasn't even given any time to prep for the character that I was playing. I was also assisting Bijoy on the film. While I was doing something else, like, this is your scene, please go out and cry, like for 1 hour, whatever, and then come, we are shooting this. So he said, like, what? I mean, it's just that you fought the previous night or something, and this is the thing, you're looking at him and then you leave the house. I think for me, for the longest time, I was like, why wasn't I given any, like, there was no dialogue given.
One of the most tender moments in the film is when Rajiv is first waking up and he's maybe thinking back of the memories when Sheetal would wake him up in the morning, and then that is reflected later on when she's gone back home and then Rajiv sits next to her. It's the same kind of role reversal, action. Rajiv, did you have a backstory in mind for your character, considering that angst and anger spills over into the case that Mathur is trying to solve?
So I'll tell you, I'll be very honest. I think the entire backstory of all the characters was only in Bijoy's head.
Sorry. So no backstory questions.
No. Having said that, of course, before every scene, he would give you the backstory. He would give you the brief properly. Ki ye tumhare saath mein hua hai. There were certain scenes which you knew that ki itne se angle ke andar iska, he was very sure of what he was doing. It seemed as if he kahin se copy kar raha hai scene, because usko exactly pata ki kya kar raha hai. Me and Sheetal character, of course, I think was again a brilliant stroke by him, because with so many things happening in the film, there is one track which is like a silent track, and while there is so much of talking happening on the other side, that was like a great way of bringing out the story, and it comes out beautifully.
We were boyfriend girlfriend that time, so I knew Sheetal's rage very well, which I know even now. So for me, it was easy to translate that on screen. So I knew that she has to just do this much. I've seen that part of Sheetal a lot. So.
Kirti, I was watching old interviews when you guys were promoting the films, very fresh, very like enthu about life in general, and like Neil said, we're now to just jaded only, to forget that. But you had mentioned that there was a lot of physical work that was involved, right? Running and jumping, and especially for your character, you get your head smashed into the wall very violently, and then you fall down, and then Gulshan is regretting hurting you probably in that moment right now. Look at his face.
That's the film, there's a lot happening in the film, and everyone is on the go all the time and all of that. So it was a lot of fun to actually, it was very interesting, a lot of fun, and something very new. And for me, Tanya was very, now when I look back at it, I mean, I would have played Tanya differently today if I had to do it. But then I was
How so?
I mean, I would have added much more to her, like on paper, Tanya was quite simple to play. Like, it wasn't like an Amy's character. It wasn't like Casey or, Shiv's character or whatever. It wasn't very complex on paper. It wasn't very layered on paper. And today, if I had to, and with the experience I had, of course, I pretty much played it, by the ear. I pretty much played it in terms of how, on Bijoy's instructions and how he saw it and all of that. I mean, I think what I brought to the table was my own ability to just translate the directions and what's on paper to screen. But in terms of as an actor, as I said, I would be able to do much more with it today if I had to do it again. As Shiv also mentioned, that we didn't know how to cheat then. We didn't have tools to kind of understand how to do a particular scene, especially the emotional scenes or scenes where you are kind of, getting hurt or hurting somebody, how to kind of not really do it, but still do it. The part where, I come out of the theater and I've just been, the rape scene for that matter, which happened. It's important to me that whatever is being seen on screen looks very real. So even in the rape scene, we didn't really discuss much, but we just kind of went for it, and
it was quite traumatic to shoot also. I remember it was very, very challenging to shoot.
Yeah, it was just...
it just broke down after that.
It kind of left me very... a bit traumatized, and just Shaitan was kind of made of quite a few of such feelings for me. Like even in the scene where the one outside with Zubin, where I come out and I'm telling him that I want to go home.
In fact, that's a really favorite scene of mine, Kirti, because I thought you did wonderfully well, where you really knew that Neil was lusting after you, and you really manipulated him. And you...
I wouldn't call it lust, but yes, he was the only one who kind of...
Who are we talking about? Zubin? We're talking about Zubin. Bit of both, I guess. Get out of here.
Oh, wow, I remember this. This is the hotel room when I was whipping myself downstairs below.
And we were all
the cast sleeping together.
Look at Kalki.
I remember that climax scene. You know what happened in the climax is we had double booked. No, there was that double booking at the church. So some other ad or something was happening in the same church. And so we suddenly had to shoot, instead of in 2 days, we only had 1 day. So we had to shoot for like 22 hours, day and night, like non-stop.
That's why Rajiv then just walked out and left. Na ki ho gaya hai abhi bas.
Now you get it?
Yeah.
It wasn't a tantrum.
I mean, we were really stupidly enthusiastic. Vijay and I, we came up with this idea of Amy's character being claustrophobic because her mother tried to drown her, right?
Yeah.
For practice, because I didn't have any experience of claustrophobia, I asked my driver to put me in the trunk of the car.
What?
Without my phone or without anything. And then when I was in the trunk of the car, I just realized that this driver has only been working for us for 1 month and we don't really know anything about him. And I didn't have my phone on me, so I couldn't call for help. And I have no idea how long I'm going to be in this trunk. I was breathing heavily. That kind of enthusiasm it was...
Look at Sheetal looking so angelic. Aisa light aa raha hai unke peeche se. She's like, she got a halo around her head. And Megha is sitting there scratching her nose. Like she's forgotten she's on video. She's sitting there going like that. Megha, you and Bijoy are good friends also, right? Have you guys rewatched the film, and in your opinion, does it still hold up? Is there something that, like Kirti said, if she could do it again, she would do a few things differently? Would you have done something differently for Shaitan if you had the opportunity?
We have all evolved mentally as filmmakers, as writers, and there's a certain sense of there's a strong feminist streak in all of us, which probably won't allow us to do a lot of things we did at that point of time. I recently read something that Odessa, this author I love very much, said that when you're making films, it's not media. It's not your job to be like, to hold moral compunctions for every character that you're writing about. So there was a certain honesty to everything that happened in that script. I would have completely committed to the violence. I mean, I felt that
Bijoy stopped you from doing.
Yeah, I mean, I was really upset with him that there was so much of explanation for the violence. I was like, why aren't we going full on with the violence? See, but so Charita, there's a lot of things we won't do now. Like Bijoy and me, we've also grown up a lot over the years. You know, like for example, casting African people as drug peddlers is something we won't do now. But that's the importance of the fact that we have to evolve. We have to keep ourselves informed.
Anurag, when you were promoting this film, right, you have so many new faces. Were you involved in the promotions to make sure that this film actually reaches the audience that it's made for?
Yeah, this was one of those early films when I started producing. So I was actually thrust into a seat of a producer. I'm not really a producer material. I like a film and somehow some people come along and they back the film because they think that I like the script, I trust the director. So somehow it becomes like if tomorrow things go wrong, like we can blame Anurag. So
I remember Kalki telling me, don't fucking let him down. Like, I won't.
Yeah, I still don't know how to produce films, and I'm very awkward even during promotions of my own film or anybody's film, because it has happened very often that, you know, when we came out with Udaan, which was before Shaitan, or even Amir, what happens is normally because I've been around for so long and I've been fighting so many battles, people end up thinking Anurag must have done it. So which is why I try to disappear as much as possible. I started putting my name at the bottom. I started hiding. I started going away because it is unfair. I've been a struggling filmmaker, band filmmaker. I've been a writer whose credits have been taken away. So I know exactly how one feels. I just want films to get made. And after that is the film's journey. And the idea is to just empower the filmmaker and put his film out there and push it as much as you can. And I'm good with pushing films internationally and at the festivals. Indian market, I don't know anything. So I would follow Viacom. The influence of Shaitan on me as a filmmaker has continued to be.
Speaking of journeys, I mean, look at us here, where it's 10 years post and we're still, everyone's has so much to talk about.
More so now, because at that time I remember social media went crazy about Shaitan.
Yeah.
And the box office numbers were not as crazy as the social media.
Yeah.
So but over the years, anywhere one goes, Shaitan more than anything else is for the whole generation of filmmakers has been a very influential film. When we as a kid would always go back to Parinda, like Parinda was not that big a blockbuster.
Yeah.
But Parinda has stayed for 35 years.
Yeah,
So
I mean, that's
Yeah.
that sequence that Bijoy and Madhi put together on the rooftop and the running and everything. I mean, that's film schools use that sequence as a masterclass in, you know, blocking and camera work and acting and editing, frankly, and
People saw
use
it
of
on
music.
I saw it on a machine. I saw that sequence on a machine. And I was on the chair, like I had my hair standing, like in the Avid. I was like, what has this guy pulled off?
Gulshan and Neil, last question to you guys. How did life change immediately after Shaitan? You all started getting invited to award shows.
I was wearing like really nice suits, going to award ceremonies, but I'm sweating inside. Like really, I wasn't prepared for this. Like, you know, come and be an on-screen actor and get so much of attention from and validation from people. It was overwhelming. So I knew how to work, but then I didn't really know how to navigate my life through the attention that I was getting. And it's like you want that attention, but at the same time, when you're getting that attention, you're not able to handle it. And I was not able to handle it. I was secretly sitting in award functions and wishing that I don't win any award because I have to go on stage and give a speech. It was like that. I mean, I'm sitting like 3 seats away from Madhuri Dixit and like, you know, Abhishek Bachchan's coming and shaking my hand. I wasn't prepared for it. But now I'll go and sleep in their bedroom. I'll use their toilet.
You'll use Abhishek Bachchan's toilet.
Yeah, I'm comfortable right now.
There he is. Ah, baby Casey. Neil, same question to you. How did life change immediately after Shaitan, if it did at all for you?
Well, Sucharita, it very similar to what Gulshan had just said. But now thinking back and just Shaitan for us was not just a really cool film to be part of, but it was immense training ground for us. But what it did was give you as an artist a confidence, because we know how much work went into it.
Yeah.
And there were such great rewards that came off of it. So then each one of us, have gone on, like our journey is still begun. We are talking about it in the past, but Avito, if Mr. Amitabh Bachchan can do work at the age that he is, then we'll all be working at that time. So yeah, it just gives you the confidence to go on and represent this crew.
It's been fabulous revisiting the film, Bijoy, Megha, everyone. It's been great watching, kind of in my head comparing where everybody was in 2010 in your careers and where things are for all of you individually in 2021. And it's been just such a joy to just revisit and to be able to talk to you guys about the film.
This is really wonderful that we all can be here together and put up a show that's better than the Friends reunion.
Now, last question is to Bijoy. Bijoy, what was with the Godfather font? The Godfather font of the title of the film.
Ask Viacom, Tipping Point Films. They were the ones who came up with it. We just liked it. We saw it. We liked it.
All our posters in India have some copy from somewhere.
It's
because
not
it's such a marketing thing. We cannot have our own value. We have no self-respect that we can make a poster.
We used to make extremely beautiful hand-painted posters.
Yeah, remember the Devdi posters were stunning and they never went up.
See now, this is one poster we made.
Yeah, see that's not the Godfather font.
Yeah, see, this is the one. This is the one we had. I remember. This is the one we.
Actually, don't put this in.
Hey, you can give us these for Instagram. Now we can put them up.
Yeah, 10 years of Shaitan. Watch what could have been.
You know, when I first met you, Vijay, I think it was some cafe near Prithvi, and then I asked you why you want to make this film as your first feature. Why? His answer was so geeky. It was like, I really want to edit. He started talking about editing and putting things together in a certain way and all of this stuff. And I thought this is exactly why filmmakers should make films, because they know what they're doing. Rather than say this kind of general, I want to talk about war or peace and into the actual process of the filmmaking. I think that's what makes his films what they are.
And that's why we're still talking about it, because there was a process involved in making this film the way it's been created. Thank you, everybody, for your time.
I love this. Remember this?
Yeah, I remember.
Nice and positive.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, I love
it. See you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sucharita. Thank you so much.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sucharita.
Thank you so much.
Everyone.
Thanks so much. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.